unhealthy obesity is a huge problem in our nation, in our country, in our world, and we need to do something about it. That's why we're studying this. We just really need to do something about it. Hi, my name is James. I'm a kinesthetic learner, and I chose cooking and nutrition because I think I could be eating healthier than I am right now.
Hi, my name is Ben and I am a logical learner. I choose cooking and nutrition because I want to learn about healthy recipes and food to make a better eating lifestyle for everyone.
The transdisciplinary theme is who we are.
The central idea is healthy habits and choices impact our personal well-being.
Our first line of inquiry is nutrition.
Our second line of inquiry is cooking.
Our last line of inquiry is food deserts. A food desert is when the grocery stores move out of a place, and the only place to get groceries is really the gas station, and there's no fruits or veggies at a gas station, so people will end up eating really unhealthily, and they'll get diabetes and cancer and all that bad stuff, and they're not able to treat it because they're poor, and then they might die. This flyer shows access to fresh food, the name, the closest bike trail, the closest bus stop, the closest Max stop, and the address and its open hours, and it should be in every student's Thursday folder. Teachers, you should have gotten this in an email. Hi, I'm James. Today I'm going to show you 3 easy snacks that you can make when your parents aren't at home that don't have any knives, doesn't involve a stove or an oven. The first one is a yogurt fruit bowl, and the first thing you want to do is you make sure that you wash out all the fruit. I like to put the berries and that stuff, things that you can eat in one bite. So I put some of those in a bowl. And then if you have any easier to cut that you can cut with a butter knife, that would be awesome. I have some bananas here, so you can just take the banana, and then you can just cut it into little pieces. And then take the banana pieces and just put those in the bowl. And then after that, you'll do the yogurt. And you just sort of put a nice big scoop of yogurt in there. And then something that I do is I put a little bit of honey in, but just a little bit. So then you just do a little bit of honey. Just like that. And then, boom, your yogurt bowl. The next snack I have is a trail mix. So what you do if you have any nuts on hand, I like to do raisins and dried cranberries and that stuff. So what you do, you just put a little bit of some kind of nut, a little bit of another kind of nut, and then I like to put raisins in. So a bit of raisins, hold on. There we go. And then some like peanuts or something. And then if you have any, I like to do salty, sort of crunchy things like goldfish or mini pretzels. So you can just put some of that in. Oh boy, a bit too much. So if you need, you can just take some out. And then you have it. If you want to, you can add just a little bit of chocolate or marshmallows or something, but it's optional. And then the last snack I have for you is a peanut butter and jelly sushi. So what you do is you take your piece of bread, and you take a piece of it. Then you just take the crust off. Like that. And then use a rolling pin or something. I use a rolling pin, but a can or any smooth object is fine too. So then you just roll it out. So it's nice and smooth, just like that. And then you use a butter knife to spread it, or a plastic knife, but usually plastic knives are a little bit sharper, so just be a little more careful with those. And then I have 2 knives just because I don't want them to because I don't want the jelly and peanut butter to get mixed. So you just take a little bit of that, just spread that on there. Just like that. And then you take your other knife, or you can use the same knife, it doesn't really matter. And then you put the jelly on. Just like that. There we go. So like that. And then you roll it up. And then cut it with the butter knife. And you have your sushi. So those are 3 easy snacks that you can make when your parents aren't home. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. How do you prepare that people, especially kids, like to eat?
For kids, healthy food that kids like to eat, I would say, well, what's a food that you like to eat? What's one of your guys' favorite foods?
I'm different than a lot of kids,
Yeah.
because I like vegetables and like broccoli and asparagus and that stuff.
Okay, how about this young man who's sitting beside you? What's his name?
That's Ben.
Hi, Ben. What's one of your favorite foods?
Pizza.
Pizza. Okay.
Pizza and noodles.
Pizza and what?
Noodles.
Noodles, right. So if we're going to take pizza and we're going to maybe make it healthier, we're going to think about putting more vegetables on it, or different types of vegetables. And you don't have to put a ton, but you could change it out every once in a while. Pick something that's crunchy, a crunchy vegetable or a colorful vegetable.
Like lettuce would be a crunchy one.
Crunchy, right. You can put different kinds of sweet peppers or carrots or celery on a pizza. I mean, broccoli on a pizza. So we can do those things. Think about lots of kids eat cereal for breakfast, and when you buy them, they're pretty full of sugar. So you can make homemade granola that has far less sugar in it. Maybe you get to put some freeze-dried fruit in it or some dried fruit in it. And so that can be a healthier change. Chips, you can do oven baked chips, and those are healthier than fried chips. So you can still take your favorite foods and make them a little bit healthier, but always adding more vegetables and choose something colorful and crunchy, and that can be a big help.
All right.
Okay.
So another question I have is, what are some healthy substitutions that you can do in cooking?
When we talk about healthy substitutions in cooking, we're probably primarily talking about substituting sugar and substituting fat. And so there are many, many things you can substitute. So for fat in cooking, which is going to be butter, primarily, sometimes bacon grease and things like that, you can use nut butters like peanut butter, almond butter. Olive oil is a good substitution for vegetable oil or canola oil. Avocados are a good substitution. And when you're baking, you can use pureed beans. You can use pureed pumpkin, pureed sweet potato, and yogurt. So those are good substitutions for fats. Good substitutions for sugar, or the sweet part, are applesauce. I think you know that one.
Yeah.
Honey, agave syrup, maple syrup, fruit purees. I make a brownie bite that instead of using even honey or things like that in it, you puree dried dates with a little bit of water, and that's where your sweet base starts. And then sometimes you can just reduce the amount of sugar in something. You can't always take it out like in a baked good, but sometimes you can reduce it.
All right.
Oh, and I'm going to tell you what do you think is the most important tool for a chef to have in a kitchen?
Spatula.
Okay. How about you, James?
Maybe oven?
An oven, right? An oven's important too. I think this is the most important.
Oh, knife.
Because you can prepare food without an oven, and you can prepare food without a spatula, but it's a whole lot helpful, and you can do many, many things with a chef knife, even use it as a spatula. So you have to have a good set of knives.
If you couldn't afford a knife, you could just buy scissors and just kind of poke it in.
Yeah, scissors can work sometimes. That's true. That's definitely true.
All right. Thank you for doing this with us.
Thank you for interviewing me. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. If you want to live long, you gotta eat nutrition. Then you shouldn't have too much repetition. You need some protein and not much caffeine. May have heard that carbohydrates are bad. Carbs are actually pretty rad. They give you energy and should have a document. People say that fat is bad, but they need a tad. You need some vitamins to help you pursue. You may think that minerals are decorative, but you need to eat some or you might become. This is my drawing, and I drew it to symbolize that healthy food beats unhealthy food. For my original art, I made apples because I thought it was a good visual for what a good nutrition item would be.
Dear James and Ben, why do we need a balanced diet? You need to have a balanced diet because if you don't, you might become obese, which leads to many problems.
I'm not saying that you can't have these foods, just not a lot of them. If you have a healthy diet, it can help with bodybuilding, and if it can help with making stronger bones.
Fat is a good source of energy, but if you eat it and don't move a lot, then it becomes body fat, and that is bad. A healthy meal would look something like this. If you eat healthily, then you'll be okay.
All of my McGraw teachers, thank you for helping me become the person I am right now. That includes Miss Krenning, Miss Fries, Miss Gunther, Miss Swan, Miss Wheeler, and Miss Babcock. Thank you so much for helping me become the person I am right now.
As I move on to my middle school years, I would like to thank all of the teachers who made me who I am. That includes Miss Advani, Miss Claiborne, Miss English, Miss Swan, Miss Anderson, and Miss Babcock.